Hello everyone and welcome back. Today what I wanted to talk to you all about is how I edit and shoot these videos, mainly shoot them. So let's get right on into it. So I record my audio from this microphone right here. It's a Hi-Out PR40. It is a broadcast mic and I think it sounds pretty good. It is, relatively expensive. My mom got this for me years upon years ago now. Anyway, so this mic has been with me for a long time. It is going into my Pocket 6K Pro, and that is a camera from Blackmagic Design. That is then outputting the audio and the video in sync with each other to my Blackmagic switcher using HDMI. My Blackmagic switcher is actually recording this in what we call live to tape. And so what that means is that I'm actually recording the output of the switcher, and it actually has the ability to do that internally. It's at a high bit rate and everything, so it looks really good. And then it records to a USB Type-C drive. In my case, it's a Samsung T7. And what it does is I will record to that drive, okay? And I just hit a button on the switcher to hit record. I switch to my camera, turn my audio on the switcher, and then let's say I want to show you my computer, which is very common. How do I do that? Well, I simply hit cut, and that's easy. So let me show you real quick while I'm over here on the computer how I access the files on the switcher. So I can actually just unplug the USB drive and plug directly into my computer that drive, but I do it over the network these days. So this is the IP address for the switcher. I select anonymous here for login. And over file transfer protocol, again, it's kind of an older protocol, but it works. I can select a folder for each of my drives. In this case, I only have one plugged in. And in a minute, you're going to see a bunch of video files come. There it is. And this is the take I'm recording right now. And this is the take I just did. I'm doing another take because that last one I had some issues with. But regardless, I could immediately just say, let's say I wanted to copy that over. I go to my desktop, let's say. I'll copy over the last take. And I'm just going to go in here to audio, or not audio. The last take I had issues with the audio. That's what I was thinking about. But I'm going to copy this over, and then we can actually see the file. So you can see it's on my desktop. And now it's done copying. Again, it takes just a few seconds. That's for a several minute file at a high bit rate. So, it's pretty fast. This is just doing it over the network. Now I can bring over my camera. I do clap at the beginning there, like you've seen, just in case I need it. And that's it. So I can pause this and we're good to go. I can jump through it. It's just a regular video file. That's all it is. So it makes it really easy for me to copy the video files over to the computer, and then I edit them in DaVinci Resolve, which is another thing for Blackmagic Design. And I use this right here. This is the DaVinci Resolve Speed Editor keyboard. I don't know why they call it a keyboard. To me, it's not really a keyboard. It's a control surface. But anyway, one of the things I really love about it is this knob. It's very tactile and just easy to use. Lets me move around in my timelines really quickly. I can go between sources of media and timeline by using these keys. I can do multicam. Occasionally, I'll do that where I'll record multiple cameras to a file. And I can switch like they're live with these. I can play and pause my timeline with this or my source viewers. I can come in here and I can go in and out points. All these different keys are to put clips on the timeline. So I don't spend that much time, thanks to this right here, actually using my keyboard or my mouse to edit anymore. These days, most of it is going over this USB Type-C connection, but it also does work over Bluetooth, which I've used before with my Mac. Even though I've used it over Type-C on my Mac as well. But usually it just stays up here next to my Linux machine, and I do a lot of the editing up here. And then I have a DaVinci Resolve server that actually lets me edit projects between the two systems. And that's really cool. So that means I can start editing it up here, close the project, go down to my computer in the house, my laptop, which is where it usually stays. And then I can edit it some more down there, review it, whatever, really quickly. And I've got a file share on my computer up here of my media files where I copy them so I can pull them down there as well. Because the file server or the project server for DaVinci Resolve just that holds where the timeline is, what edits have been made, sound settings, all that good stuff. But it does not save the actual video files on it. You need to actually manually copy those over and relink them. It's not that hard. I can do it pretty quick. But anyway, the process is pretty streamlined because these days where I'm shooting everything live to tape, pretty much all I do is I shoot the video basically in real time for the most part, where I'm just cutting between the different things. Then when I get done with the video, I hit stop on the switcher, copy the files over to the computer, edit them in DaVinci Resolve real quick. I basically just chop the beginning off and the end where I'm hitting the record button most of the time, and the occasional blooper here and there. And throw some graphics and, a company identifier at the end of the video, copyright text, that kind of stuff. I can have a video shot and completely edited in less than an hour now with this process, and I could not do that before. There was a time when it took me longer to shoot a simple video because I was doing a lot more stuff, in the post-production process. But now I'm mostly editing, air quotes, the video in real time. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about this, or would you like me to make some more videos about this process in greater depth? I can definitely do that if you want. But everybody, thanks so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye, everybody.
And action.